guys, it's me, Faye, here at Faye Desk, and I'm with Harmony, as you can see, and we're in the temple again. That's where we always are, is in the temple, and we're doing another video for the Bite-Sized Spirituality series, and in this video we're going to be talking about spell basics, which basically, I need to stop saying basic and basically together, but what basics you need to cast a spell, the very, very minimum that you need. And I personally believe that obviously the most important thing that you need for any sort of spell or ritual work obviously is like yourself and your intent. And I know sometimes we get so caught up in like having to have like the right tools and things like that, but it's always important to remember that as long as you have yourself and your intent, that is the first and most important thing. I'd also say as well, having not necessarily a book of shadows, but something that you could sort of like write down like what you did or your feelings, just so you sort of like can like look back on it and things like that really. I don't know about, I suppose depends on what it is, but you wouldn't necessarily have to have like have candles or have a pentagram and have an altar. You need ideally have something that represents the elements and what represents the elements to you. So if you can't light candles at home for like whatever reason, or you don't feel comfortable using fire, you can get like little electronic like tea lights and stuff like that. Or if you don't feel like candles represent fire to you, you could use whatever substitute that you feel like works for you. So I think so it's the elements, yourself, something to write down what you've done or whatever, and I can't really think of anything else. I think those are the most like important things. Moon phase, not too personally, not really think it's like the most important thing ever to make sure you have the right moon phase all the time, but to have like an observation of what moon phase it is when you're doing your ritual is, I suppose it could be important. What about you? I feel like I'm rambling.
I don't think you need anything. Only your intent, to me, is what you need. Like, yes, there are lots of things that you could do depending on what you're going to do. If you wanted to take moon phase into consideration, if you're doing a specific spell, you may want to take the different elemental speeds into consideration, and therefore, like obviously, like say you were doing an air spell, you might want some incense, or you might want to release it into the air or anything like that. So it totally depends what you're doing, but going 100% back to basics, I would say all you need is your intent. I don't think you need anything.
As long as you have yourself, it's the most
like I've done spells and stuff when I've been in hospital before, and I've had nothing except for me. Like I was going to say tied to a bed. I've never been tied to a bed, but I've been like in a drip and stuff like that. And so I think all you need is your intent.
Have you found that they've worked?
Yeah,
just as well.
Yeah, I think if you're serious about doing something and you genuinely want it to come to fruition, and your intentions are really clear, you don't need anything else.
Yeah, I suppose it's all about putting your mind to it, isn't it?
I think a lot of the time when it comes to things like moon phases and stuff like that, it's whether or not you believe that it will work in a different moon phase. Like, say you're doing, like, your waning moon period, that would be a really good time to, like, work with the crone and do all of your kind of letting go and, like, anything that you want to banish and stuff like that. That would be really, really good. But if you believe that you can do that during the waxing moon, then it will work just as well, in my opinion. It's all about your intentions.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, for example, if you were blind and you weren't aware of what the moon phase was, I don't think it would affect you in the slightest. I think it would still work.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is all about focus. I suppose the whole point of tools and things like that, especially when you're first starting out, is that they can help you to, like, focus and sort of, like, get into the zone and sort of, like, I don't know, separate your everyday life from, like, your magical life and what you need to do, like, for that ritual or whatever. But then at the same time, like, on the other side of the coin, sometimes tools can be distracting if you have, I don't know, if you have too many or
yeah,
the wrong
I
type
have
of thing.
nothing against tools, excuse me, and I've said in videos of my own, like, I think that they can be very beneficial, especially when you're first starting out, because they give you something to focus your energy on, and they help you to have belief in yourself and confidence in yourself. So I think that they definitely have a purpose, but you don't need them.
Yeah, that's
Do
the
not
whole point,
need
isn't
them
it?
to do anything.
Yeah, that's the whole point, is that you don't need them, and especially when you first start out as well, obviously all the books and information that you get is very sort of heavily orientated
I kind of think, like,
things.
if I woke up randomly in the desert with nothing, would my religion be any different? No. So why do I need all of that stuff in the first place to make me religious? That's what I feel.
That's true, yeah, definitely. So yourself is the most important thing. Yourself and your will and your intent to make change and positivity in your life is all you need to make a change and make a difference. We'd love to know what you think and whether you agree with us or disagree, or if you just want to, I don't know, come by and say hi would be good. So we will leave it there, and we will see you very soon.